So this is the tool. It's a Chrome extension and it's called Sexy Job Application Assistant. It has a lot of tools to help you with your job search. So it has a job searcher, a job matcher, job tracker, and a tool called Sexy Mock Interviews that allows you to like prepare for interviews and a lot of other tools. So I'm just gonna go through all the tools so that you can get an idea what the tool actually does. So this is like the job searcher, the job matcher, the job tracker, the sexy mock interview tools and sexy resources. This actually contain like PDF and files to help you. For example, this helps you optimize your LinkedIn. This is mindset helps and AI humanizers. This also for the job searcher, it allows you to like search for jobs on multiple job boards at the same time so that you don't have to like open new tabs and stuff like that. So right here I'm typing like concept artist and I'm just gonna type like United States for the location, and you see I'll be able to like search for the jobs on multiple job boards without having to like switch tabs and move from here and there. So right now, as you can see, this is like all the popular job boards available here, so you can select all of them if you want. But for example, for this demonstration I'm just going to select two job boards and click search selected job boards. Once I click that, you see um two new tabs are open. This is LinkedIn and this is like Glassdoor. um so you can see like the LinkedIn is still loading. My internet is kind of slow, so I'm just gonna go to the Glassdoor version, and you see Glassdoor tab. Sorry, when I am on this page, like I can see the job that I typed in. It's a concept art job, and you can read the description and stuff if you want, but I'm not gonna do that right now. But that is not the only thing that it does. So right here, as you can see, this is like the general job boards right here. If you want to search for jobs on the job boards, you can use this feature, but sometimes it's like you are in an industry that, I don't know, maybe they don't post the jobs on the job boards or something like that, and you want like specific job boards to you want specific websites to like search for jobs. Like there are other jobs here. So as you can see, this is like general job boards like LinkedIn, Indeed, and stuff. You can check underneath here for your industry. So there are multiple industries. So if you belong to tech, you can expand this, and you can see there are multiple like um, tech websites where you can find jobs. So for tech, for healthcare, for creative and designs, whatever industry you belong to. So I think you'll probably find some useful websites here. So you can explore all these websites if you can't maybe get a job on LinkedIn or stuff like that, or maybe you just want to like expand your potential. You want to reach a lot of, I don't know, you want to apply for more jobs and you are looking for like more postings and stuff. You can explore all of these websites and under the industry that you belong. So maybe if you do like government job or stuff like that, um you can read these options. Okay, so I'm just gonna move on to the next. So this is the job searcher. It allows you to like search general job boards and explore industry specific websites. So you don't have to like memorize websites and go to Google, type all of that stuff. You don't have to do that. This does all of that for you. So I'm just going to move on to the job searcher. Sorry. I'm just gonna move on to the job matcher. This one is very cool because it allows you to like compare your qualifications with the job description and match your resume, not just resume, but your cover letters as well, with the job description using AI. And it's very, very fast and easy to do. So I'm gonna show you how to do it. So the first thing you're going to do is like select the job description on the page. So once you do that, you will see this thing. When you move your mouse, it would select things on the page. So what you're looking for is like the whole page, the thing that contains like the whole job description. So this is very easy, so you don't have to like copy and paste everything. So once you click, it will come to this small thing and you click confirm, and it will all be copied into this box. So once you have that, you can choose your file. It could be a CSV. It's like a CSV actually. um you're just going to look on your computer and select the CSV file, like a spreadsheet file that contains all your details. So I'm just going to select one, and you see right here, like all my details are here. So you can see like I can exclude some details that I don't want to like compare with the job description. So if you have some details that are like not necessary for jobs, you can exclude them if you want. So like these other things, they are not necessary. I don't need them, so I'm just gonna exclude them. And you see everything you include and exclude is removed from the. So I'm just gonna look at this section. So if I exclude like the surname, um it's not there. Like in this box, it's not there, it's not there. So that is the details that it's going to be used to compare with the job description. So after including it again, you see the surname is like back. So if you have a big file that contains all your details and everything, you could remove what you want and what you don't. So after that, you can select your AI. So right now I'm selecting like ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, Grok. You can select whichever you want. So I'm just gonna use like ChatGPT and click open AI and copy qualification comparison prompt. Once you do that, it's going to like copy a prompt to your clipboard, and you can paste it into this chat and send. Once you send, the AI will quickly compare your qualification with the job description and give you a score. So you can see like it's 1 out of 10, and it doesn't match, and it will list everything that doesn't match to you. So you can take these things and actually fix your resume. If you have problems in your resume, you can see what the things that does not align with the job description, and you can quickly fix it if you want. So the score states, so you will see everything like what matches and what doesn't. So it's a very quick way. So if you don't want to like read the job description and everything, so you can just do this. So especially if you are in a hurry and you want to like apply for jobs very fast, you don't want to, and you don't want to like read everything manually, you can do that. So I'm just gonna click open and copy resume matching prompts, and you can paste it the same way. Once you paste that, the AI is going to like generate your resume for you. So right here it's generating, as you can see, and you can simply copy the whole thing. So I'm just gonna copy everything right here, and this is very helpful because the tool also has a tool to allow you to edit the resume that the AI generates. So sometimes it makes very stupid mistakes. So you can click the edit with Google Docs, and it will open a new file in Google Docs, and you can edit your resume. You can add more details to it. You can fix all the mistakes that the AI makes. So you can paste everything here and make every change that you wanna make inside the resume, and it's very very quick. So you don't have to like switch between softwares and all that. You can just make all your changes right here inside the sidebar in your browser. You don't have to switch tabs, you don't have to do any of that. You just work very fast. So I'm just gonna after inspecting everything, if it's like cool for you, you can like just close it, and maybe you could export it if you like. So you can go to download it to PDF. If you want to save it, you can download that, and it will be on your computer. So I'm just gonna close it and move on to the cover letter. Click that third button, and it opens the same way. You paste the prompt, and then you send like this, and just like that your cover letter is done. So there's like few clicks, you can generate cover letter, you can generate your resume, you can compare the job description. It's very fast. So after that you can compare, you can copy it again, and once again you can edit in Google Docs if you want. So um, all of these details are available. So all you have to do is just paste it inside Google Docs and make every changes you want. And you want to do that because AIs, they make very stupid mistakes, and you don't want to, you want to avoid that. Don't trust AI. Take that from me. Don't trust any AI. So make all the changes you wanna make. Blah blah blah. Right now I'm just gonna type something stupid. I don't know. So you make all the changes you want to make, and you can save them the same way you did with the resume. You can download them to any formats that you want, and you can change the title too. So don't forget to do that. Once you've done that, you can download the cover letter, and you are done. So that's about it for the job matcher. And as you can see, like this, these are the files that are downloaded. So yeah, that's about it. So I'm just gonna move on to the next. And by the way, this thing that is moving on the screen is because when I selected the job description, I didn't click this button. So when you click that end selection, you see it's gone. So when you start selection, you might wanna go there and click end selection so that you don't have to see that. Okay, so after doing that, it will be gone, and we can now move on to the job tracker. This one is very cool because you can track job applications and also generate networking messages that you can use to, create your own connection. So you don't have to like struggle to think about what to say to employees, and all that headache. You don't want to go through that. So we are going to track this job, for example. So the first thing to do is to create an applicant. An applicant could be you, could be your wife, could be your pets, could be your sneaky link, maybe. I don't know. It could be anyone. So you create an applicant and you load their data. So once again, their data is contained in a CSV file. So you have to prepare that file. You have to do that. That's the only work you have to do. Like put your details in one file so we can get everything. So um, put all your details. So right here you can see my first name, login, all that stuff. You can exclude, once again, exclude the ones you don't like, and then include the ones you like. So go through that, remove all you don't, the ones you don't want to like use for the job application, remove all the details, and make sure you have a clean. So those are the details that we are going to use to do everything. So this job tracker, we are going to generate networking messages. So we might want to tailor the details we have here to the job description. And yeah, so I created an applicant called Wayne. You can provide LinkedIn portfolio link. You can do that, but it's optional. I will not do that because I've included it here. So you see, I have portfolio link and LinkedIn profile here. So you can do that. Once you've added the applicant, you can create a report. A report is like a group. You want to group your job search. So for example, this week you want to like apply for jobs. So you want to track this week's for the number of jobs you applied only for this week. So you create a report, and that report is like a group of job hunts you did. I don't know how to explain it, but it's very easy. It's like you group your job hunts into something, into a group. So it's like a PDF file. Okay, one file that contains all the jobs you applied to. So you can apply to jobs and group them under reports. So this is just one report. So first week job hunt, I created a first week job hunt. So everything I applied to this week, I'm gonna save into this report that is called first week job hunts. So it's very easy. Even if you are very dumb, you can get this. So um, once you've created the reports, now you're ready to like track the job. So you click auto capture, and once again you see this weird thing. You move it on the screen, and then you select everything on the screen. Once you click you click, you see everything is here: the job link, the company, the job title, the job description. It fetches everything automatically so that you don't have to like worry about all of that. So you will keep track of the thing. So as you can see, there's like missing skills. So if you have some skills that are missing from your details, so these are your details. So it's going to like compare the job description again. It's like the same thing that is in the job matcher. So you compare the job description with your details, and then the missing skills, you can paste them here so that maybe later you want to improve your resume. You can just check what was missing, and you can use it to improve. So once again, you can click the AI. You can use Gemini if you want, but I'm just gonna use like ChatGPT, and it will compare with the job description again, the details that we provided, and click copy. So once you've copied it, you can paste the prompt. So you saw that pop up. I'm just gonna open it again. So once I click copy, you see prompt copied, paste into prompt box. So you're just gonna go there and paste it into the prompt box. And once you've done that, just send it. You see, once again, I get my 1 out of 10 score. It means that the details I provided were like very bad. So, missing skills are here. These are all the qualifications that are missing that the job description demands. So, you're just gonna have to copy these things, and you can save them. So everything you save is going to go to the report file that you created, the one we named first week job hunt. So you can copy it and paste it into the missing skills right here. Now you can move on to the next. This is like mark a strong match for this job. So if later you want to maybe contact the employees of that job, you can do that. So just so you can keep track of what you were a strong match for, you can use that strong match button to mark a strong match. You can also paste the link for the specific resume you created for that specific job. So moving on to the HR contact, you might want to save the contact of the HR so that later when you're coming to like reach them, you don't have to like struggle. So you can save multiple contacts of all the HRs for the particular job. So this we only have one, which is James. So we are going to open James's LinkedIn, and we are going to go to the contact info. And as you see, James does not show much, so we are just going to copy James' LinkedIn profile. So later, maybe we want to contact James, we can quickly do that. So you can keep track of the HR you want to contact, and you can paste their name. So James, and once you save the name of the HR. You can add more if you want, but I'm not going to do that. So I'm just gonna move on to the next outreach message. So you wanna maybe contact James and tell James, hey James, maybe help me out. I want to become part of your team. So you're just going to enter the name of James here. So this is the HR you want to reach out to later. Generate and copy outreach message. So just like that, you'll be able to contact James without having to think about what to say. So you send a prompt to the AI, and we have all the instructions for the AI. So the AI will just follow it and generate a message for you. So you can just copy this message, and later you can send it to James, so that you don't have to like struggle to do all that. So save this message, and you can also edit in it in Google Docs. So right here, I open Google Docs and I can paste the message and edit it. So once I've made all the changes that I have, I can then copy it back and paste it and send it back to James. So you can delete whatever you want and type whatever you want. You can edit it. So if the AI generates something that you don't like, you can also edit it. So you have that freedom and make all the changes. Once you've done, you can save it and move on to the next. So maybe you contacted James, but James wasn't responding, and you want to like add a follow-up message. We also have that. So the follow-up messages will be generated based on the first message that was generated. So you can also generate a follow-up message so that later when James don't respond, or maybe James is taking too long to respond, you can also do that. So I click the generate and copy follow-up message. I'm just gonna click again, and right here you can paste the prompts, and once you paste it, just send it, and the follow-up message would be generated as well. And you can also save this. So all of this is going to be added to your reports, so that later when you want to contact all the HRs and send all the messages, you have all the outreach message and the follow-up, so you don't have to struggle. Again, if let's say you don't want to contact the HR, but maybe an employee of the company that you want to work for, and HRs and normal employees are kind of different. So you might want to use a different. So you go to the company's page, go to people, and you can look at the employees of the company. You can search for their names. So maybe search for their job title or something. And once you have the employee that you want to contact, you can generate the message. So I'm just gonna type Illustrator and search. As you can see, I have a list of people who are artists at those companies. So you can contact any of them using the message that would be generated. So I'm just gonna go to that guy and click. You see, that's his name. So you can create. You can type the name. So the name of that employee. So I'm just gonna copy this and paste it here, employee name, and then their department is obviously like art department. So once you have that, you can then click generate and copy recommendation message. So this message will allow you to ask for recommendations from employees from any company that you like. So all of this is generated for you as well. And you can edit the same way you can edit all the rest of it, the rest of the messages that are generated. So you copy it, and then you can open Google Docs again and paste it and make any edits that you want. So here you see the AI included some placeholders. You can remove them if you want. And just as an example, I'm just gonna copy this link, and I'm going to go back to the Google Docs thing that I was editing, and I'm gonna insert the link here. This is just an example, it's not an actual link. So I just copied the guy's LinkedIn profile link, and you can copy it back and paste it into the employee recommendation box and save it. So later, after job hunting, you want to send these messages, they will all be saved for you, so that you don't have to once again struggle. That's all we are trying to avoid. We are trying to avoid struggle. We don't want to struggle. So you might want to use this sexy job application assistant, because it allows you to avoid struggle. So it's saying we need to select a report. So we are just going to go down to the report we created first week job hunt, and once selected, you can now save the job application, and it's saved. Once it's saved, you can scroll back to the top and click this button called view and export selected reports. You see, now this thing will open. It's a PDF file. So the job we applied for, this is the first week report. This is the job, the company's name. As you can see, is Vet Paint Studios. It's right here. So everything, the missing skills, you can see all of them. So these are the things you saved. So you can open this PDF file later and use it to correct your resume or make any changes you want. This is the HR's contact. This is the outreach message we generated. You can now quickly contact the HRs and send the messages to them. And there's the employee recommendation request that you can send to any employee you like. So these are full reports. You can click save to save it to your computer so that you can later read it through. So I'm just gonna click cancel because I don't want to save it. So let's move on to sexy mock interviews. This tool allows you to generate a realistic mock interview prompt for AIs to help you practice for interviews. At the top, you're going to find this how to answer interview questions guide. You can download it as a PDF. You can download it and read it if you need help. For example, you've never done an interview before and you are kind of nervous and you don't know what to do and all that. You can read this and it will guide you. Or maybe you've done it a number of times but you don't do it well. You can read it and it will guide you and it will help you so that you don't get nervous anymore. Let's move on to, so this is where you generate the prompt. You can enter your job title, so the job that you're applying for or the job that you want to practice for the interview. Let's be specific. So you enter the job title, you enter the industry. In my case, I'm just gonna enter video games and films, and you can paste the job description. So I'm just gonna select everything here and quickly paste it inside. So the AI is gonna use that job description to it will serve as a guide for the AI to kind of find the right questions to ask you for the mock interview. You can select any AI here to help you with the mock interview, but I recommend that you choose ChatGPT because it has the advanced voice mode that you can use to, it's much more natural to talk than to like write down the response. Do you get what I'm saying? So once you've done that, you can now click this button that is called Open Selected AI. Once you've clicked it, it will copy the prompt like right here. You can paste the prompt into this box. And once you've done that, you can click send. Once you click send, now the AI will assume a role as the person who is going to interview you, and it will ask you to type let's begin. So now you can click the advanced voice mode right here. Once you click that, you can begin. So let's begin.
Great, thank you. Let's get started. To begin, can you tell me about a past project where you created key art or splash art for a game or film, and what your role was in that process?
I've never created a splash art for a game or film, but I've done a lot of illustrations for my own personal works.
Thank you for sharing that. That's totally fine. We'll definitely dive deeper into your personal work as well. For the next question, can you describe your process when approaching a new illustration, especially when it comes to mood, atmosphere, and storytelling?
I first start by researching like previous movies that are created by many people. So I just go online and I search for the mood that matches the one that I want to capture. So I look into film frames, and sometimes I think about how I want things to feel, and I brainstorm and I get full ideas before I start.
Understood. That sounds like a great approach. Thank you for that explanation. Now, for the next question, can you share an example of a challenging feedback you received on your artwork, and have you handled it and improved from it?
Can we move to the feedback?
Of course, we can do that. Let's go ahead and review the answers you've provided so far. First, in terms of your experience, you mentioned that you haven't created splash art specifically for games or films, but you do have a lot of personal illustration experience. That's absolutely fine, and it shows your passion and your skill. Second, regarding your process, you described how you start with research and mood boards, looking at references and brainstorming ideas before you begin illustrating. That's a solid approach and is a thoughtful process. Overall, your answers are clear and you have a good foundation. For improvement, it might be helpful to elaborate a bit more on how you've handled feedback and how that's shaped your growth, but overall, you're on the right track. If you're ready, we can continue with more questions, or if you have any questions for me, just let me know.
All right, let's continue.
Sounds good. Let's move on. For the next question, can you walk me through how you approach creating a realistic painterly style, especially when it comes to achieving depth and atmosphere in your illustrations?
I start with mocking up a basic 3D, mocking up the scene with a basic 3D shapes in a 3D software. I use Cinema 4D and Clarice. So I use Clarice for the atmosphere. So once I've done all of that, I just bring them over to Photoshop and I paint on top of them using photo bashing techniques as well.
That's a fantastic approach, and it definitely shows a strong grasp of combining 3D modeling and painting techniques. Now,
So as you can see, this was just a demo of how the mock interview feature works. So just by using this, you can practice for your interviews, and it is very very helpful. So everything is done for you. So all you have to do is just click a button here. You can copy the mock interview prompt if you want to paste it in an external software that is not maybe ChatGPT. Maybe you have some AI, you can copy the prompt right here, and you can actually edit the prompt if you want. So if you look at this button, it's called edit prompt with Google Docs. So you can click that button and Google Docs would open here. So once you have Google Docs open in your tab, you can right click and paste it. So now you can read the prompt if you want. You can read everything, every instructions that is given to the AI. You can read all of it. So you can read all of it and you can customize it to fit the exact thing that you want to do. And after that, you can recopy it, open the selected AI again, and then paste the version that you modified, and it will work fine for you. So if you think this is not working properly for you, you could also edit it. So you have full freedom when you're using this. Okay, so that's how it works. Now the last tool here is Sexy Resources. So from Sexy Mock Interviews to Sexy Resources, the last two. This is just like curated resources to help your job search. So there's like a CSV file sample for Sexy Form Filler. That's a different. It's a different Chrome extension that allows you to fill forms when you're applying for your job application. So this is just a sample file that you can import. You can import into the software and use. So if you don't have Sexy Form Filler, you don't need to use this. But if you have Sexy Form Filler, you can download this file and import into Sexy Form Filler and use. But if you don't have that, then you can move on to these. But I recommend you get it because it's a very 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 powerful tool that allows you to fill forms not just on job boards but on individual websites. So it works on every website you can think of. So you can just go to any website and just one click you can fill everything. It's a very useful tool, so you should look into it and get it. And below it is this the it's also a file, so it's a LinkedIn checklist. So there's like a checklist to help you optimize your LinkedIn for recruiters. So you can download this file, read everything that is contained into it. So once you click it, you see it will be downloaded here, and you see things you should be make sure that they are available on your LinkedIn. So things you should do, things you shouldn't do, all of it are here. So you should just make sure that you read it and you optimize your LinkedIn so that you increase your chances of landing a job. So I'm just gonna close it and move on to the next. The next one is just mindset help. For job seekers, sometimes it just gets hard to the point that we don't know how to think and stuff. Is just sometimes it gets to the head, and so if you need a guide, this is it. There's a guide to the recruiter's mind and what they are looking for, so you can kind of understand recruiters to some degree so that you don't overthink things, and that's also there. And AI humanizers, these are just resources. For example, you are using AI to generate messages and text, and if you're not editing those texts, you don't want to use the raw text, because there are all these AI detectors, and you don't want to be penalized for using an AI to generate your application details. So that when those AI detectors are being used, your your stuff, I don't know, maybe your resume or your cover letters would not be caught by those AI detectors. So these are also available for you. I will add more later. I think, but these are enough. So that's about it. There's Sexy Job Searcher, there's Sexy Job Matcher, there's Sexy Job Tracker, Sexy Mock Interviews, Sexy Resources. With these, everything is easy. Your life is easy as a job seeker.